Hello and welcome to the Rebellious Business Show, where Cordelia, that's me, and Caroline, that's you,
That's me.
rock up every Wednesday morning at 10:30 to bring you what is meant to be a midweek pick-me-up, where we answer some of your questions, we comment on some of your oddities and stories and dilemmas, and we generally just try to have a bloody good time.
That
How are
sounds
you?
like a great mission.
It
I'm
does.
okay. How are you? I've been on like chat to American Express all morning,
Oh, God.
and
Thank you.
they take their time to reply, and then they have replied now that I'm live, and it's very annoying.
Oh, God.
So I'm like, oh,
I don't
you
love
know,
American Express, I'm not going to lie.
I do not. I don't want to say anything in case they're listening. I don't want them to not allow us more credit. I love having points from
I
them.
like
But
air
yeah,
miles. I like air miles. Air miles are good. We like an air mile, don't we, Caroline? A little bit. Do you know what I like about air miles? Having them means there's some potential traveling coming up. Like, I'm like, yeah, there's travel coming up in my life. I'm not just at home mumming it. There's going to be some travel because I'm
there's going to be
collecting
some
air
travel.
miles.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There's going to be some travel. Well, anyway, I'm just going to really quickly drop this into the Rebellious Business Network and pin it to the top of the group because that's where I promised it would be. And if it's not there, I'm out of integrity with what I said I would be doing. We can't be having that. So it is now officially in the group, and I'm going to just pop in there and pin it to the top. We have a Spill It link. Can you let me know if you're watching this for the first time? Drop newbie in the chat. And if you've been here for a while but you just don't know what the Spill It link is, I want you to write, what the hell are you talking about in the chat?
Shall I write it?
Yeah, go on. What the hell are you talking about? Drop that. Do
Shall
you
I
not know
write
what
it? I'll
it is,
write it from
Caroline?
Caroline rather than us. So
Yeah,
it
yeah,
looks
go
like
on
an
then.
actual person. Look at us manipulating
Oh,
the algorithm.
so
No, I don't know what it is.
naughty. Pinned to featured.
So
Right, it is officially pinned.
naughty.
So naughty. Do you know what? I went to set up the Instagram live. I thought it'd be really great. We can go live on Instagram. Guess what? Bloody forgot to do it, didn't I?
Did you? Well,
You
it's
might.
just
Well,
silly. It's understandable. I can't. It's understandable. You've got a list as long as your arm, as long as your arm.
oh my gosh, we've got Caroline Antonia watching the show, and she says, "What
Wow!
the hell are
Who's
you
it?
talking about?" Well,
Who
I will
is
take
this?
that. I will take that as my green light to tell you all about it then. The
Okay.
Spill It link, ladies and gentlemen, is my way of trying to make this show a little bit interesting. Look, we could come on here and answer questions about marketing, and we could come on here and tell you how to get clients, and we
And
could
we
come on
certainly
here.
will as well
Oh,
sometimes.
we certainly will, but we could do that, and we could just do that square, and you know, neat and tidy. But we don't want to do that because we're rebels. What we want to do is we want to hear from you and get you guys shaping what we're going to talk about on this show. So we have this link that you can click on and you can spill it. You can do it anonymously, and by spill it, what I mean is ask the question that if we answered it for you this week, it would help you move forwards with something. We'll try.
Oh, okay. Oh, maybe that's a good idea. We can always give them like, here's what we would like you to answer on the Spill It link. Like maybe it's too broad, maybe it's too open. Maybe we can have some ideas for them
Yeah.
to share.
You can also
Yeah.
share with us a business dilemma or a story or something wild and bonkers. Like we had someone just rant on the Spill It link last week, and I loved that. We just unpacked a rant. I don't know if it was last week. It was recently. It
Which
wasn't a
was it?
question. There was no purpose to it. It was just, this is where I am, and it feels a bit shit, and I just want to rant about it. I loved that. That was absolutely brilliant. It was great. So yeah, I have got examples, ideas, and different things that you can spill in different ways on the Spill It link descriptions. It's a fun form to fill in. Go and check it out. Just go there for the boldness and the fun and the rebelliousness, and see if anything springs to mind, and if you feel inspired to spill it. And if you want to be anonymous about it, then go for it. We don't need to know who you are, but we'll try and figure it out. We'll definitely try and figure it out.
Have we figured out some of the, I
Mm.
mean, Yeah,
I
some of the
generally figure
anonymous
all of
ones.
them out. I'm like, I know who this is, because it's normally like our core people that are posting them. I'm like, oh, there's a little clue. You
But
mentioned
do
your
you have
dog's
this
name.
verified? Do you have it verified, or do you go?
Sometimes they're watching and they say, yeah, that was me. So Sam Price has put a few in, and he's like, yeah, that was me. Like,
That's so funny.
I knew it was you.
It's not a great anonymous attempt. It's like,
No,
oh,
it's not.
I'm going to come clean at the first hurdle.
And some of them I haven't figured out genuinely. I have no idea who they are. So yeah, it's like it brings a bit of mystery to things. You know, it's quite fun.
I like the mystery.
I like the mystery. I like the mystery. It keeps it interesting. Like I say, we could come here and just answer business related questions that we curate ourselves with ChatGPT. Why would we want to do that? We can get you guys involved and have your wild and wacky things that you like to spill it on the Spill It link. One day though, we will get this concept refined so people really know how to use it. I feel like it needs a bit of work. I'm not going to lie. It is a bit broad. It's a bit like the idea is great, but I think the idea needs a bit of work, because I think people look at it and they go, okay,
well, I think it's just,
I don't know how to contribute to this.
I think we get lots of Spill It links considering, like, you know, really, we have quite a small audience.
It is true.
We have a small audience. We have a small watchership. Is that what it's called? Viewership?
Oh, watchership. Aha. Sounds
sounds like a pervy boat. But yeah, we don't have. So I think it's probably. I think it's just fine. Just we need more rebels. That's what we need. Always. The answer to everything is more rebels, right?
Always. Yeah. This is what it looks like, by the way. This is the Spill It link. So, got a business dilemma, juicy question, or funny story? Spill it. And as you go through, we've got like ideas for your anonymous name, and we've got ideas for Steve. That's my anonymous name. See, no one would know that was me if I said I was Steve. I'm good at this. And then we've got some ideas of the kind of things that we love, and what your story, question, dilemma, or statement could be, and you can drop it in there. But there we go. That is the Spill It link. Ladies and gentlemen, please spill your beans on that link. It is in the description of this video, wherever you're watching from. Oh. And you're not watching from Instagram. I just know that much. Actually, it's not in linked. Right, I'm going to LinkedIn. I realised the guys that have been watching us over on LinkedIn, they have been link starved. Restream doesn't drop links on LinkedIn.
Well, that's no good, is it?
It's rubbish. Absolutely rubbish. So I'm going to go and do that. Caroline, have we got any news? Have we got any announcements?
I'll ask you that. You stole my bit. I'm joking. News, announcements. I've moved rooms.
How have I not noticed this?
You have noticed.
Oh, I have, yes. You moved, that's old news now. You moved rooms a few days ago. Right. Other news?
It was because of the job. Well, okay, fine. I won't go into detail.
Yeah. I'll go into detail.
Old news. Yeah. Well, it was my flat. I like to call it a penthouse because it's the top floor.
Oh yeah.
My penthouse Berkshire apartment is so hot. It's like an actual greenhouse. So we had the heat wave last week, mate, and you know I love heat, right? You know I love heat. One of my favorite things to do to relax is like get into my car after it's been in the sun all day and just get in, like bask like some kind of lizard. And my flat being hot is like, yeah, you know, it's bad. So it's so hot. But interestingly, this is my bedroom. The back is so much cooler. So I was just like living in my living room, and I was like, and I try not to work from my bedroom. I try not to work from my bedroom because it just contaminates the space, you know. And I was actually like, you know what, working from my living room contaminates my living room, and I'd actually much rather relax in my living room than my bedroom. So I'm like, you know what, maybe I'm going to try this out for a little while. So here I am. Moved
well, there we are. I love that.
There we go.
I love that is in the news bulletin. What else we got?
It is important. Has anyone else moved rooms during the...
It's a good energy reset though, isn't it? It
is actually. I feel like, I don't know, it feels different, you know? It feels different.
Marvelous. By the way, LinkedIn is official. LinkedIn is not working. I need to relink it because
great. So there's the news.
I went live this morning and we had James Scudder on the live, And
I
he,
love James Scudder.
oh, what a legend.
Scudmaster.
The Scud Master.
He hasn't
But anyway,
asked to be called that, but I have started calling him the Scudmaster.
okay. Well, I probably shouldn't join in with that because I feel like we're not there yet.
Yeah, okay, fine.
We're getting there.
I'm there with him.
You're at nickname level. I'm warming up to it. He doesn't know what's coming. Like, well, once I'm at that level, he's gonna have all the names. But we have a couple of people watching over on LinkedIn, which is really cool. Can't pronounce your name. Ronkunazuman Rana. He says excellent.
Oh.
And then we've got some
We got comments on LinkedIn.
Yeah, we've got comments on LinkedIn. We've got Elizaveta. I love that name. Elizaveta.
Wow.
Elizaveta. Has thrown us a load of
How do I get
celebratory
there?
emojis.
My goodness, I feel like I've been ignoring.
No, it normally comes through on here. It normally does, but it's just not working. I don't know.
Actually, it wasn't working last week because we were getting comments from. Remember, Ash was commenting last week, and we couldn't see them.
There is a reason for that. I can tell you about that, but we won't tell you here. But there is a reason. But anyway, but yeah. So anyway, hello to everybody over on LinkedIn. Great to have you here. I've just dropped the Spirit link in the chat for you over on LinkedIn. It's not the chat. God, I spend way too much time on Zoom. Everything's the bloody chat, Caroline.
Oh,
you do that.
Comments.
It's always the chat. The comments in the chat. I just can't get to it. Right. I think we should get in and answer our first question from this week's Spill It.
I can't even figure out how we're streaming to LinkedIn. I don't even get it. Right, fine.
Oh, don't worry.
You keep in touch.
I'll keep on top of it. Less distractions for you, the better, probably. I would say. Right. Question number 1. I know I should be posting content consistently, but I just can't seem to stick with it. Any tips? I love the name of this one as well. This is from Ghosting Greg.
Ghosting Greg.
Ghosting Greg. What a bloody great name.
Gosh. Staying on top of posting content. It got to do king of things, right? Like this is, having a weekly show, for example, or even a weekly event or whatever it is, some kind of like, I think that's the best way to do it. Like if you want to just populate your social media, and also why do you need to post content? Like who's telling you that you have to post content? Because not that you shouldn't have to, but like if you know what the purpose of it's for, because we've had this before where I'm thinking, I want to use content to grow our audience, and I'm like wanting to do like SEO or wanting to like do lots of keywords and stuff like that. And you're like, no, we just need to populate the social media and be present with who is already in our audience. So that makes a big difference, right? Are you trying to nurture, or are you trying to attract?
So what I'm hearing you ask is, what's your content strategy? Start there. Like, is your content strategy just to nurture and connect, or is it to grow your audience? If it's to grow your audience, then it needs to be slightly different. Whereas if it's just to nurture, it can be very simple. I love that you was like, just start a show. I mean, there's like a lot of people watching this are like, what? That sounds really scary and daunting. What do you mean?
I find it so easy and simple to just show up, especially as well, right? Partnering with someone. I probably wouldn't do this on my own. I would do it on my own. I do actually like just doing lives. I need to do lives more often. I do like just talking to the camera, right? But that is more daunting than me talking to Cordelia. And also, I like when we're talking to each other, we're also very aware that we're talking to other people as well. So we do reference to people in our audience. But it adds that extra dynamic. Like I've got my person here. We can have a laugh. We can have some chemistry. And having us turn up every week, it just adds accountability. It adds like consistency. So I think a show.
Yeah, and I think though, like, let's walk this through as a strategy then. So the question was about posting content consistently. Now, I have to say, I find that really, really challenging to do. The hardest thing is consistency, doing the same thing over and over again. Personally, the reason why I find it hard is I get bored. I get bored of doing the same thing over and over again. I need variety to keep myself interested. So that can be really challenging. But in terms of posting consistently, when Caroline mentioned the King of Things, the concept of the King of Things is to find one thing that you are doing in the form of content or in the form of marketing. It could be your blog. It could be your YouTube video that you're publishing once a week. It could be that you're doing a Facebook Live, or you're focusing on Instagram stories. It doesn't actually matter what it is. It doesn't have to be a show. It's just one thing, and you double down on it and you go, how do I get more from this? Rather than go, okay, I've got my blog going on, and now I've got my YouTube video I'm publishing every week, and shit, I need to be posting every day on Instagram, and I also need to post on LinkedIn, and I need to go live every now and then, because people say that's a good thing to do, and shit, reels, I need to do reels. Oh, and those carousel posts, they're going viral at the moment. Well, the problem why you can't stay consistent, if that's where your head is you just got too much going on. Like, no one can keep up with that. Even Gary Vaynerchuk's marketing team struggles to keep up with that.
It does feel like there's so many things to do, and that you can do, and they're all legitimate, and they're all valid, and they're all good things to do. And it always comes down to a marketing strategy, like, because I've got a friend who does jump on, and she's very consistent. She actually doesn't consider herself consistent, which is really interesting. But she has quite a big following on Instagram. She is very consistent with like posting, and she'll jump on trends that are going viral to like boost her. Well, the thing is to boost the following, and then but she uses different things to achieve different outcomes as well. So, for instance, there was this new thing happening with reels, where if you change a tiny bit of it, they post out to people who have never encountered you before. So it's a really great way of like using a reel that's performed really well, and to get like in front of new people. So you've got this one really great performing reel, but it won't be shown to people who've already seen it. You change a little bit of it, and then Instagram will push it out. It's just this new feature that they were testing, and it was really great for gaining followers. So she did that a lot to get more followers. But she also does sales, and all of her promotions or things that she promotes really are in her stories. But then her content is in her, what's it called? The wall, right? So there's 3 different strategies going on. So it's like all trying to achieve a different thing. So it really does come down to the strategy as well. Like what do you want to gain from content? For us, we want to connect with our existing audience. And so this is a really great format for that. It's very simple. It's very easy. But maybe you want to create content to attract an audience. And that's a different thing. And then what does attracting an audience mean? Does it mean gaining more followers? Does it mean gaining more LinkedIn connections? Does it mean making more connections? Does it mean growing an email list? Like, what does that mean? So the easy answer, like a very simple way to be consistent, is do one thing really well consistently, but make sure you've got it tied to an outcome. Like, what are you trying to achieve with this? What's the purpose? Because there'll be different strategies to achieve a different thing. So I think I'm leaning into my marketing strategy era. Like, I think it's so important to talk about marketing strategy, because it's RATs, right? You talked about RATs recently. Random acts of tactics, is it?
No, random action taking. We're all doing random action taking.
Don't even know what it means.
Random action taking, that is all the random marketing stuff that you're doing all over the place. It doesn't really connect into a linear strategy. It's not got a purpose. It's just, you're just doing it because you should be doing it. Like, they told, so someone mentioned this was a good idea, and someone mentioned that was a good idea, and I'm a business owner, which means I need to do these things. And often they can just become busy work that aren't actually getting you anywhere. You're just treading water, playing whack-a-mole, or I don't know.
Yeah, so really and truly, it's like deciding what's the long-term outcome, and then what are the baby steps towards that, and they'll each have different strategies and tactics. So I would say for what we're doing, our long-term outcome is building relationships, so we can build a strong, solid community, right?
And that's changed, by the way. Like, so let's take this show, which happens Wednesday 10:30 every morning, every Wednesday, every week is what I'm trying to say. Wednesday 10:30 is the slot, right? Now, that's been happening since March 2020. The first one was it the 18th of March? I think it was the 18th of March. First one was. And we've had a little break when I had Arlo, but apart from that, we've been pretty consistent, and we've done pretty much every Wednesday. what we used to use that for is different to what we use it for now. So it used to be used for lead generation and audience nurture at the same time. And I used to essentially promote the show, get people on the show, and as an audience, deliver some content and then send out the replay to the email list. And it was a way to grow the email list, connect with the people signing up to the email list, and also a way to create some live stream content. Back then, it was not as easy as it is now to repurpose long form content. Like, I don't know if you remember rev.com, and you have to send a video off so someone could physically transcribe the thing for you, and you'd pay like per minute or per 100 words or something. And it's like the idea of taking that and getting it transcribed and bringing it back so I can repurpose it, or putting it into a video editor and then watching and listening for when that good clip is, and then cutting it out and exporting it and upload. Man, no one's got time for that. So I never really did anything else with them. Whereas these days, it's so easy to get a piece of long form content. You've got the transcript of it in a second. You can put it into a tool like Opus to repurpose it into clips. And so there's so much more that you can do to repurpose a piece of long form content. We've been asked recently, haven't we, Caroline? Like, why are we doing these lives? Facebook aren't pushing live stream content anymore. They're pushing reels. Why aren't we custom curating reels?
Well, exactly. That's a really good thing. It boils back to the strategy, right? Like, if you're like, reels are not going to build like an authentic and genuine relationship.
Yeah, they can, and
they can, but
they
like,
can and they do.
But there's
I
something
think they
different
do in the
about
way
long.
do them.
Yeah, but there's something. Well, right, yeah, like, but there's something about being in someone's live presence, hearing them talk for a while.
Yeah,
that on from who they are, or their, you know, their heart, really, that endears people or builds or connects you more. So then you can see how but you can see how, if so, that's the thing. Like, Facebook doesn't need to be pushing out the long form content for us. It's for people that are already in our audience, whereas the reels, they're pushing it out, so it's people we don't know or people that don't know us to find us. So it's whether you want to be findable, or whether and obviously you always want to be findable, but what is the content strategy prioritizing? Is it prioritizing building relationships with your audience, your existing audience? Is it lead generation, right? Because if it's lead generation, you need to have loads of calls to action, regardless, whatever you're doing. If it long form, short form, medium form, purple form, whatever it is. If you want lead generation or sales, you need calls to actions. If you want, like, so what do you want?
Even if you want engagement,
what is your strategy?
like, even with engagement, you need call to actions.
Yeah,
it does come back to what your strategy is, but I think there's also another really important piece here, which is that it's one of the main reasons why I want to populate our social media accounts with content is not to necessarily grow an audience, and it is to connect with people, but we prefer to do that at networking. We bring people to our networking events, so we connect with them there. We also connect here a little bit in the comments. Guys, if you watch this on the live stream, drop us a hey in the chat just now so that we can see you're here.
Where are you?
Let's get the comments coming. It might be that Restream's broken and the comments aren't coming through, because normally we've got quite a few by now. Or it might be that everyone's just...
We're so up. It's done. The gig is up.
I can see that. I can see John's here. John Denley's here. Yeah, I think the comments aren't working on.
Yeah, but I'm not seeing any comments anywhere.
Yeah, there are.
Marion's reacted. Did we get a reaction? Oh, there's a comment from John. He's shown us some love. Finally, John. Like.
Oh, I've just seen that come in. Hey, Anne, good to see you. Anne, I'm going to reach out to you in the next couple of days. I need to reach out to you. You're on my list. Okay, right. The comments are working. Thanks, guys. Good morning. Oh, Marion's in Madrid. I love that, Marion. Is it sunny? Is it warm? Are you having a lovely time?
Don't forget to also post who you are, what you do, because you never know who's watching. Right?
Yeah, we're a network. We are a network. Network in the comments.
Network everywhere. In like comments, in videos, in networking events. Yeah, there we go.
There we go. So what was I saying? Because now it's just gone off track. What was I saying?
Why you want to populate?
Why I want to populate social media accounts is not solely to build audience, and it is also to connect. Like, we love connecting with you guys here in the comments. We love showing up every week to connect. We also love doing that at the networking events. We also, it's very important that your social media accounts are current and they're populated, so that when people come and look at you, there is something there that is current and it makes you look reliable and trustworthy. If there has been nothing on your socials for months, you look like you went out of business. You look like you aren't taking this very seriously. Like, it just doesn't give the best connotation. So we want to have our social media accounts populated regularly. Like, and in an ideal situation, we would have this show repurposed into reels and out every single week. But with that is going to happen consistently soon, because we've just brought someone onto the team who's going to be content manager. We are churning out so much long form content that we can't really keep up with it. So we've got Maria on the team who's going to be doing content management, and she's going to be creating reels and putting them out. But yeah, so just to bring this full circle, Caroline said at the beginning, a show, or what she meant by that is create a long form piece of content so that you've got that out there. It's a really connective piece of content. You really get into the energy and people can see who you are. From that, you can then repurpose that into a blog, into a YouTube video, into clips. There's a lot that you can do with it. It's very adaptable. And then, yeah, if you just do that once a week, then you're going to be consistent and you're going to be able to keep up with it. So pick your king of things.
I just realised, are we live on YouTube? On the YouTubies?
Yes, we are live on the tube of you.
Fabulous. Because I'm going to go over there. You can watch LinkedIn. Oh, we've got 500 views on a short. How exciting! Okay, live.
Sam is saying, to be fair, I leave it a few days before posting again. It helps me build. It helps me, but it affects my consistency. You leave it a few days before you post again. It helps you, but it affects your consistency. Yeah. Do you know what? I'll tell you something. When you've got your king of things and you've picked one thing that you're going to stay consistent with, you can just relax and just let everything else fall by the wayside when you're busy. Like, I am flying by the seat of my pants at the moment. I've got all the kids home. It's summer holidays. I've got the craziest to-do list. There's so much stuff that's broken that needs fixing right now. Like, we are racing to fix broken stuff all the time. There's things going wrong, but there's also loads of really positive stuff. Like, we're filming a course and we've got all that going on at the moment. There's clients to look after. We've got loads of sales calls booked in the diary. Like, it is busy as hell. The one thing that we do not drop is the show. Like, we just do this one thing every week. Like, I haven't got around to repurposing the show into clips lately. I don't have time. But we do the king of things is the show. And what I've done tests in the past where I've looked at our Instagram account before we were running ads, and I didn't do anything else apart from run the show every week, and the Instagram account continued to grow. So, if you
that's a really good way of saying, like, what are the tangible benefits? Like, because it's hard to see, right? I mean, for me, I always get like a little buzz when someone comments. I'm like, woohoo, we got the rebels here. Like,
little dopamine hit.
But that's not a reason to just do content, is it? But what's the tangible outcome of going live once a week? What does this achieve? Hey, Rachel.
Yeah.
Woohoo! Yes, we can see that. Yeah, let's go see what's going on. Why can't we see everything?
Oh, it's just a tech glitch. Right, let's move on to question number 2, who is from John Major Stiffy Heart. Now, I have to say, I looked at this and I was like, oh, we've been dropped something naughty here. Like, this is going to be. I'm a bit worried. Actually, that he's even shared his website, which is mystiffy.com. And I did go look at it because I was like, is this real? Is this guy? Because his question is really quite a very, very good question. But that website, like, I mean, that could have been a joke. We were often asking for like awkward stuff and whatever. So I popped it into incognito mode.
You're so
Just in
funny.
case. But my kids are on my phone and I've gone on that website and it is like, it's explicit, you know, I'm a bit worried. But yes, I've put it into incognito mode and I've clicked on it and it's legit. The guy has built a really cool brand and it's called My Stiffy.
No, Major Stiffy.
No, he's Major Stiffy.
Oh,
He's
Major
John Major Stiffy and his website is mystiffy.com.
He's John Major Stiffy. There's like 3 puns in that. Anyway, carry on. Sorry.
Yeah, I know, but the way
I'm nervous about getting into these puns.
It's John and then Major Stiffy. And then like it's got quotation marks of Major Stiffy. So I know we've got John Major in there, but look, we've had proper drop off since this. Thanks, John. Getting them dropping off. John Major Stiffy Heart. Anyway, we had 10 people watching. We've gone down to 6. We've scared.
I would have thought it'd be like
ramping up.
Yeah.
They're coming in now. It's just bringing out the Stiffy question, and they're all rolling in. Okay, here we go. I am joking, but it is you know, it is something that kind of makes you a bit. It's terminology that's used for other things, John. Do you know what I mean? So that was my first thought when I looked at it. So I own a brand called Stiffy. It's a joint and muscle pain relief cream made from CBD (brackets hemp) that is white labeled. A lot of big businesses, especially lenders, class CBD as high risk. So I've been unable to get any investment in my brand. I don't need millions, just a few thousand to get going. So that's the first kind of part. So he's built his brand and it is called Stiffy. It's a CBD ointment. That is for stiff joints, right? And stiff muscles. Yeah, the guy does run a brand called Stiffy. That's it. It's called Stiffy. But the website is mystiffy.com. Go and check it out. Perfectly safe. I've been on it this morning.
No need for even incognito.
No need for incognito. It's perfectly safe. I've tested it for you. You know, like the taste tests, where
test.
no, the taste test. Where
Okay.
it's like, I'll just test this food for you just to make sure it's not been poisoned. Done that for you with mystiffy.com. It's perfectly safe. Right. The next part is, despite the brand being shortlisted for a UK Startup Award, I did see that on his website. It's flipping awesome. And me networking like a demented butterfly, you sound like our kind of person, I'm not getting any sales. Oh. If this was your brand, what would you do to get exposure and sales? Bear in mind that I'm not allowed to run paid ads on Facebook, Instagram, or Google. LinkedIn closed my account. Most email companies, MailChimp, etc., won't work with CBD businesses. I have to buy the product before I can sell it or give it away to testers and influencers. And I don't have any money of my own to put into growing the business. By the way, if you want to see what my Stiffy looks like, check out mystiffy.com. That's the bit where I was like, okay. I mean, I'll go look, but I'm a bit worried.
Okay.
So my first question is, and I'm being serious here. Are you certain that LinkedIn have shut you down or closed your account because of the fact that it's CBD?
Yeah.
Or is it that your brand is being misinterpreted? Because it is it's provocative branding in the sense that I love it. It's bold. No, this is not a joke, Ant. This is not a joke. Honestly, I'm going to go to mystiffy.com.
This is the great thing about the provocative branding. Now, when anyone watching this, which is great, is going to think of this person. It's going to think of this brand. It is fabulous branding in a sense.
It is.
However, it's a little bit problematic because there's not, you won't be able to do a lot of, you just won't be able, you're going to be restricted with the amount of marketing you can do. And how are you supposed to know whether it's the CBD element that's being blocked or this brand, right? And
I like it. It's a bit tongue in cheek, but I want a Stiffy is the call to action button. I mean, yeah, what I would be interested in knowing is your
I mean, I wonder
ideal.
if we're going to be banned now. Like,
Yeah,
we can't talk about
yeah.
this, you know?
Well, no, I think it's fine, but like, I do think that it could be misinterpreted. It's quite crude, that terminology in that way of talking. And your ideal client, are they finding that fun, tongue in cheek, appropriate? Like, do they want to get involved? Are they going to be talking? Because it's got awareness. It's going to spread awareness. People are going to talk about it. That's great. But are they going to be saying the right things, or are they going
And
to
also
be joking around about
another
it?
thing to notice is that we're uncomfortable. We have to tread lightly, us talking about it, because you know, for us, even we are particularly careful about any sort of innuendo or any connotation, because there's like, it's just it's a difficult thing to talk about. It's just challenging to talk about. Like, I'm already a little bit on edge in case like we get like the comments coming in and the innuendos coming in and like stuff like that. That makes me very uncomfortable. So the brand
And
itself,
especially just being like open, like we are women talking about this kind of thing, like it leaves a door open for people to come and do that. We've actually been live where we've had loads of like really inappropriate comments being like thrown at us on YouTube, which was like so uncomfortable. That was horrendous. We came off and we were like, oh my God, that was awful. So it is a difficult thing to talk to. You may well be alienating your audience.
yeah. So it's like there's a really good part of it that's like there's something really good about the brand, but it's almost just slightly too far or slightly off. Like, there just needs a bit more nuance to it so that it doesn't you don't want to make people uncomfortable when talking about the brand.
And
Because
also,
of the
you don't want to make people
connotations.
feel like they've got to kind of like hide it in their gym bag. Like, it's a bit, oh my God, if someone sees that, is it going to be what they're going to think it is?
And I think in some ways, right, a stiffy, it could be like it. I think the thing is, you could lean into calling it a stiffy or whatever
Sorry, this
without
is why
the
I'm
rest
laughing.
of.
Nothing. You missed nothing.
you
Don't
miss
worry.
you miss nothing. Someone's brand has got some connotations, but anyway, but like, so in a way you could lean it. There's another thing, right? There's a bit too much leaning into the connotations. If it's a subtle nod to it, it's a little bit less. It's like, if you know, but what has happened is, because you're playing with this pun and playing with this connotation, it's shining a light on what the connotation is, more than the quirkiness, more than the more than the value and stuff like that.
It's taking away from that. Yeah.
It's just maybe a bit too far. So it seems it's a bit further than tongue in cheek. So you want to go as far as tongue in cheek in a something that's like got innuendos or references, but you don't want to go past that. For me, this goes a little bit past that, because it's really trying to draw attention to what the connotation is, and that is never going to be allowed to be advertised. It's not going to be able to be advertised. So that's the first problem, right? It's just taking it a little bit too far, where it's making it hard to talk about. It's great in the sense that it's got people talking about it, but it's going to have objections, and it's not going to target women, or not necessarily. That's not true. But it's going to have a very, very specific.
It's just going to alienate some people, and that's fine. We want to alienate people, but is it alienating your target audience? If it is, then that's not good. Especially, you say you're going to networking events and talking about this. I think that generally, generally, people at our networking events, even though it's the Rebellious Business Network, would find this branding a bit uncomfortable. Is my example. Rachel's got a good point as well. She says people who are trying to look after their health do want to take that seriously. So yeah, that's another point. I think what you need to do.
Some people also would want to take, like, people who are having health problems don't want to take it seriously as well, in the sense like they do want to have fun, because it's like, oh, this is such a drain on my resources. I do want this fun like brand, but that is just maybe a little bit too.
I think it's a little bit too far. But I think what you should do is you need to do some market research. You need to
really far, right? Like, it's not like this is a terrible brand. It's like, you know what? I see what you're doing. Like, I see what you're doing. I like the concept. I like the idea. It's got some really good legs. It's fun. It's bold. It's daring. It's a little bit too far, and from a perspective of like practicality, it's going to be very hard to market.
Yeah, I agree. So you've diagnosed what you think is the problem in terms of, you know, you need funding, you're struggling to get funding, and you can't run ads, and you shut down on LinkedIn, and no one's buying it. What I would do is go talk to people, like do the manual work before you try and get this to take it to Kickstarter, or, you know, really get anything behind it. You want to have some core client base, or some people that are the beginning of a movement, or, you know, your community for this product, etc. And I would, first and foremost, the way to get started with that is to go find a sample of who you feel are your ideal client, and interview them and find out what they really think about it, or survey them and offer them an incentive and find out what they really think about it and get their opinions. Survey might be better here because people can share their honest opinion without being face to face, and that might, you know, a bit of anonymity gets the truth out sometimes. I would do that first. Market research. Are people behind this? Would they want to buy this? Is it a little bit too far? What do they like about it? What do they not like about it? And then see, like, it could just be a slight tweak. If you just rein this in a little bit,
Also,
you
there's
might
something
find
about
that it becomes really popular.
this. John raises a good point as well, and this is, I think, where I found it that it was off. It's like, because the product soothes stiffness, right? It's not itself the stiffness. So it's making the product the thing that's controversial, when really the product is supposed to be soothing the thing that could have the controversial meaning. Like, so if I've got stiff muscles, you could say, oh, I've got a stiffy, right? And I need like the stiffy soother, or something like that.
The anti-stiffy is like more on the...
yeah. Like, oh, yeah, the anti stiffy, right? Like that can be that. It's set because it's a bit more clear, a little bit more clear of what it is, and actually it takes a little bit of the controversy out. Like, oh, I've got stiffness, I've got a stiffy, or whatever. Like, you know, right here, get my anti-stiffer out. Like, it's a bit.
Yeah.
So then you can sort of play with that. But what you've done is you've named an item which is also kind of phallic shaped as well. So it's just
true,
a little bit too much on the nose, and it doesn't even actually explain what the product does, and the product itself isn't the thing that's the stiffy. It's the thing that is supposed to solve. So it's in the right direction, but that already it's for muscle aches, right? So if you're stiff, it helps soothe those aches, right? So I would say you want to get into like more, you want to play with, if you want to get playful, play with this, what the actual role of the item is, which is soothing stiffness, right? So you can still play with those connotations, but it seems like almost like a bit too much effort has gone into the connotation over what the product is. So it's making a bit, so that's another thing as well. So you want to be, was it Ron Seal?
Ron Seal.
You want to, try and be Ron Seal as well.
Does what it says on the tin.
It's not Ron Seal.
No, it's not. It's not. But as Caroline said, it is a brilliant start. Like, I like that you're being fun about it, and I think you could be onto something. But I think your problem might be a branding problem rather than an investment problem. I would recommend you don't get investment in something until you've got at least a bit of proof of concept. And so I would work on that first. Like, if you're not getting any interest, putting money behind it is not going to increase the amount of interest you're getting. It's just going to make the silence louder and more stressful, really. So you want to test for interest first.
The next part about that as well is, I was thinking, as like, you know, because you can't talk about CBD. This is a real thing. You can't talk about CBD online and all this stuff. You kind of need a cat flat. That's another thing, right? I think, like, fix the brand. That's the first big step, right? Is fix the brand, sharpen that. But you'd be able to talk about it through emails, right? Would you be able to talk about it? I don't know, actually. I don't know what the
don't know. So, I mean, it depends, because when it comes to email deliverability, is a whole new world. And I'm just starting on discovering how that world works. I'm telling you, I've found a whole new thing. So it depends. But Ash Amberjay talks about some pretty raucous things in her emails, and She seems
I
to be
don't
all
feel like
right.
I've been getting them for a while, but
Yeah, I still get Ash Ambershaw's
okay.
emails.
So then my thing would be, my suggestion is be like, where are you able to freely communicate, right? Networking events, as an example, is a really good, no one's going to be, well, they might be censoring you at a network event. I can see you like getting distracted by the baby noise. So we've got network events and also an email list, right? So you can grow an email list without your necessarily your actual brand being the front center. So if you run like events for people that are your ideal client, for example, um, any kind of event, that's a lead gen event for people that is like for the people you want to attract. For instance, we've got networking events, right? That we bring business owners, we attract a lot of business owners. Um, that is separate. Like you can have that as a separate thing. We can sell so many things to people on our email list, right? We've got lots of our email list is full of, we could, like in high theoretically, we could sell CBD oil if we wanted to our email list. We say, oh, hey, have you got aches and pains? If you do, we're promoting this thing, come buy it, right? So that would, then we're not restricted by Facebook, we're not restricted by LinkedIn, we're not restricted by all those places, because we can send people direct. And now again, this is assuming that it wouldn't go to spam. We don't really know about, like you said, like email deliverability is like a whole other fish. But like I would imagine it's easier than Facebook. Facebook is super strict when it comes to like raunchy stuff. So yeah,
I don't know. Have you seen Sabri Subi's ads? I mean, they're pretty outrageous in parts. Like, there are some outrageous ads that come on Facebook, and I'm like, how the hell is that come through the filters? Like,
yeah, Facebook is maybe,
what?
who knows? Maybe they just know the loopholes, right?
I saw one the other day. I can't remember what it was. I should have saved it. But I was like, how is this allowed? Like, it's got swear words in it. Like, it is. Yeah, I'm really scared of being shut down. I'm just like, really, we keep it really clean on ads.
I have been
because it's
shut
not
down
worth it.
before, and I didn't even think it was that bad. I've been shut down. Yeah, it's such a nightmare. It's a nightmare. It's hoops, jumping through hoops.
Yeah.
So yeah, you want to have maybe you want to have a Facebook friendly brand on as a face, and on the face of it. And the way you do that is by attracting people into your audience with something that gives them value, and you can sell on the back end. So for even my friend Laura, well, I've said her name now, but I've got my friend who she, like I said, she's got a good Instagram following. She uses reels to bring people into her audience, which is just, it's nothing to do with what she's selling, really. I mean, it is in a sense, because it's to the right audience. Like she's putting stuff out to people that are in her sort of like audience. Once they're in her audience, she then has her wall, which is like populated and connecting with people. But in her stories is where she will sell things. So they are clicking on her stories to be close to her, to connect with her, because the stories is kind of more real. It's like, it's not going to stay up there forever. It's like, it's not going to populate the wall with sales content, and people aren't going to buy from you if they're just seeing your first reel that is pushed out to. So that's a really
the people watching your stories are your warm Instagram following.
Yeah,
because
and that's
your
where the sales
circle,
happening.
your story circle is only at the front when, number one, you've posted a new story, or number two, you're in that person's top people that they look at the stories of, and they look at the content of. So it is your warm people.
So so that's where like the sale happens, but it's like very much intentional. The people there are there to see her, are there to listen and watch her. So I don't know if Instagram would let you talk about it on a story. I don't know how that would work, right? But like, I'm just saying more of the fact that attracting people into your audience and attracting people to follow you and connect with you is a different thing than selling to them. And if you've got something that's controversial or that's hard to get through the barriers, the way around that is by putting it behind a closed door, but building a relationship with people, a public relationship with people that's acceptable. That doesn't hit the filters of all the platforms. And quite clearly that's something that I would really recommend you do, because you've already said you've been shut down, you've been blocked. It's like, okay, well then you can't put that as your forward facing connection builder, right? It's creating a huge disconnection for you, and no one's going to invest in that. So build the relationship first, sell behind the scenes, and change the brand. Sorry.
Yeah. I hope that was helpful. That was quite thorough. Lots of things
It was a
there.
great question. I'd love for you guys to like post more stuff like this in Spill It as well.
Yeah,
We want
definitely.
to go do some comments. We got some more now. It's great. Thank you, guys.
I don't know. I think we should move off of this subject and move on to third question,
All right.
because if we go through the comments, we're staying on this subject.
Okay.
Next question is, who's the most rebellious client you've ever worked with and why? I guess first and foremost, what does rebellious client mean? Like, how would you define a rebellious client? Who, in what way? Is it because their brand is a bit outrageously
Yeah, is there a brand?
different, or
Who's the most rebellious client we worked with? Oh, I have no idea. That's really not an answerable question. Probably you worked with me and I worked with you.
yeah,
There you go.
there we go.
That is our brand.
Rebels.
So,
Shiro and Zelda.
Shiro and Zelda. Yes.
The two
They are
rebellious rebels.
the rebel streak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have this thing. I think it's because I've got 4 kids. I'm like, I can't do favorites. Like when I met Amos, he kept telling me that I was his favorite person. And I'm like, I just don't. I get freaked out by the word favorite. It really stresses me out.
Really?
Yeah, it does. Because I think it's because my kids will feel like if the
Unloved
idea
or
that they
something.
might think that I've got a favorite. I do not have a favorite, by the way. If
Do they
anyone's
argue
listening,
that?
there are no favorites in this house. They do a little bit, or but it's such a painful thing. Like, oh, that's mum's favorite, or whatever. Like, I would never want them to feel that way. And I actually feel the same way about that with the rebels as well. I'm like, I'm not gonna say I've got favorites. I think it's unkind. I actually think it's really unkind to have favorites.
It is.
I don't like it.
It is. I sometimes have favorites though.
No, I don't. I'm so anti-favorites.
You're so good.
I can't do it.
I think it is. It just depends. It's never really a favorite. I just have when I'm working with someone, I have a strong connection with that person, but it is through that working relationship.
Yeah.
So when I'm I'll reminisce on people I've worked with. I'm like, oh yeah, everyone, we're lucky that the people we do get through, they are really great.
Yeah.
So it is really fun working with them. And I wouldn't say I necessarily have favorites among them, but when I'm working with them, they're my favorites.
Oh, see, look, Rachel, one of the most amazing clients in the world. Absolutely loved working with you. And you have been a great client. Absolutely. I adore you. And I would argue with that. I'd say you are actually rebellious, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
You are such a rebel. Do you know why? Because you're not because you put that notice in on a couple of occasions and you went, hello, I'm going to do this my way. And you have launched your own thing that is revolutionary. Hit and Chat is revolutionary. It is an incredible community that supports women. Well, not just women, actually, is it? It's men and women. It supports people in that staying stronger and fitter and more mobile for the rest of their lives. That is such a revolutionary product that Rachel has built. And it is only because you're a rebel that you've done that. People that aren't rebels wouldn't have the balls to do that. You're rebelling against the norm by going, I believe in myself and I believe I can do something. I believe I can create something and I believe I can put it out there. And I believe it can be my income creator. I believe I can be my own bank. And I believe that I am good enough to do that. That is rebellious as hell, because we went to school and we were told that we were going to have a job and we were going to retire and then we were going to die. And you went, nah, I'm not doing that. I'm doing my own thing. And that for me is bloody rebellious. So yeah, good. I'm glad you agree. That is true. I do go against the grain in the fitness industry. Yes, you do. You are a rebel. I think you are very rebellious. John says, I'm pretty rebellious about taking action and asking for money. Does that mean you don't do it?
Yeah.
Take
I
action,
rebel
John.
against taking action and making money. Go you
And then you
rebel.
and then you rebel against that rebelling, because you have launched your journal.
Yeah, and you launched the
and
journal.
you're live every Monday for Rebel Journal Live on a Monday morning. So yeah, I think you're talking nonsense to yourself there. Actually, thank you very much.
I did like his next comment as well. It was quite good.
You can go for unique favourites, e.g. you are my favourite Cordelia and Caroline is my favourite Caroline.
That's very Winnie the Pooh.
It is a bit Winnie the Pooh. Lucky
like,
thought, as my brother's partner is Carolina, so it's close. Do you know what? It is, yeah. I mean, but the thing is,
what happens if you know two Cordelias?
So many Johns. Like, I can't say you're my favourite John, can I?
Oh yeah.
John Drinkwater's going to be really upset.
And John, wait, hang on. What was the other
We've got
John?
so many
Brian.
Johns.
We got loads of
John Bryan. Yeah, we got. I mean, I'm now stressed that I'm not name dropping the Johns. You know what I mean? Like, that's worrying me. I'm like, we've only name dropped 3 Johns. We got more than 3.
So it falls apart, but it's great. It's great if you've got one person that is that of that name. You're our favourite John Denley.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Don't forget to put the V in the middle. He gets really upset. John V. Denley.
What's V stand for? I don't know. Do you know? Vince. Guess.
I actually don't know. I always thought it was. I don't know. Is it Victor? Vernon.
Okay, well, that's pending.
Well, yeah, we'll find out.
Sam. Rebels are better at everything, and actually they're experts at personal branding. Yeah, man. They did great with personal branding. Personal branding is good, even when it's a little bit on the dicey end.
Yeah.
That
wasn't a personal brand, but yeah. Anyway.
We've got a guessing game for what the V stands for. John, don't tell us yet. We've got. I love this. Sam says Virgil or Vincent. I think I said Vince, so I'm keeping Vince. Rachel says Vinny. Is that the same as Vince though? Does it come under the Vince category? Virgil, what
Vinny.
a great name.
Virgil.
What did you say? And you said, did you say Vernon?
Vernon.
That's why I stick to favourite food only. Oh, yes, Marion, you can have a favourite food. Actually, I don't know what mine is. Chicken wings.
The broccoli is going to be fuming. I'm just saying. The broccoli is going to kick off. He's not going to be happy about this.
What other V names have we got? And then we'll find out. I think we need a drum roll.
Veruca Salt.
No, it can't be a female.
Jennifer, what did you say? Do you know what John's middle name is? She actually doesn't. Jennifer doesn't even know what your... Oh my God, this is true though. He's so passionate about that V and it needs to be there. It's part of the brand. We've never asked him what it is.
Vince, Vernon, Virgil.
Right, hang on. I'm gonna get the baby names beginning with V.
Has he gone?
Don't know.
Is he just?
I think I'm not sure.
Right, he's completely answered something different. John.
Oh.
Good points. The anti-bit, I guess, about launching a paid program of some kind, but I very much appreciate your support. That's why you're my fave, Cordelia. Vaughan, we've got another one. Vaughan from Rachel. That's Vince Vaughn. We've got Vince Vaughn. He's a double V.
What about Van Damme? What if it's John Van Damme Denley? That would be great, wouldn't it?
Yes. Yeah,
okay.
For sure.
Is it Valentino?
Valentino. What's your guess? I actually think I don't think it is Vince.
I think it's Vernon. We've got Virgil, Valkyrie. Marion's laughing at that. I mean, if it is Valkyrie, you're going to be feeling a bit bad, aren't you, Marion? That's a bit mean.
Yes, we're talking about you, John. He lost connection again. We're guessing what the V is.
Vegas. I hope it's Vegas.
We've got
I love that.
The votes are coming in. Denley. John Vegas Denley. I think I like John Valkyrie Denley. Vikram. John Vikram Denley.
I don't think it's a Vikram. No. Isn't Vikram an Indian name? I don't think John's got an Indian name.
You will never guess the V. What have we not got it? Okay. We've got to guess the V.
John, if your internet is working, we're going Vince, Vernon. Oh, Victor or Von?
Victor.
Like Victor Von Doom. Oh, John Victor Von Doom Denley.
That'd be
It's not
VVD, I think.
Vladimir. Oh my God. Is it Vladimir?
Vladimir. Oh yeah,
John
Vlad.
Vladimir Dent. Oh my gosh, John, if it's
I think my
Vladimir.
favourite, and do you know what? I kind of don't even want to know. I think he's forever going to be known as John Van Dam Denley.
John Van Dam Denley. I love it. Can we name you that, John? Van
Yeah,
Dam.
is that allowed?
We'll just refer to you as Van Dam.
The Van Dam. The Van Dammer. Vidal. All right, we need to know. Do we want to have the drum? I've played this game for hours and I've given people the number of letters and more than half the letters and nobody ever gets it.
But does this mean you're never going to tell us, or are you going to tell us?
Yeah. Yeah, because we're now on tenterhooks and we're 2 minutes over.
Okay, I think.
And we're invested in this.
I think it's a woman's name then. If no one's guessed it, it's got to be a woman's name. Either that or it's a word that isn't normally a name, like Victory.
But John, that's a very common name. So common. I know, we've got 3 of them. Why would it be like John?
Because you needed to have options. You needed to have options. It was a normal, because look, I would have loved options. You know, Cordelia. It's very long and complicated.
You've got Cordelia K.
Yeah.
You've got the options.
I've got the options, but you know, yeah.
Are you getting on yourself about having a weird name? You know,
yeah. I've now got a new surname, which is also 8 letters long.
John, please tell us.
John, please tell us. Come on.
I've got 3 names with 8 letters long.
Right. Do you know what?
Virginia.
I've got a cousin called Virginia.
Virgil. Beautiful. I like Virgil.
Virgil van Dijk.
Virgil Denley.
Van Dijk. John Van Dijk Denley.
That's the last name.
Well, you know, it could be rebellious.
I've never known John to be so aloof.
I know. Oh my gosh. Van is at least vaguely heading into the right direction. John, we need to close out this show. Are you going to tell us, or are we going to have to find out next week?
Or
maybe.
Never.
Oh my God, John, I've got the best idea. Put it in the Spill It link. Put it in the Spill It link, and we will reveal it on the show next Wednesday.
And we want to get the votes in. We want to get the votes in.
Yeah, we want to get the votes in.
If anyone guesses it right, should we give them a prize?
Oh yeah, that's a great idea.
4 letters ends with G. Vang.
Ving.
Well, I mean, that changes the whole game.
Veng.
Why are we assuming it's a Nga?
Rachel's like, it's now or never, surely. She's like, I'm not coming back next week. This is not okay.
As she's going to rebel against this, she's like, no.
She said she wasn't rebellious. Look at this. Absolutely rebellious. Right, guys, this is now an episode of Countdown. Vank. Oh, I like that.
It ends with G.
Vank. Right,
okay, so
what are we going to do, Caroline? What are we going to do?
We're going to leave
Olive's starting to wake up.
We're going to leave it to John with 5 minutes over. We can't just spend the day guessing V names that are obscure. It's my mother's maiden name. Okay, Von. No, Annie listen. I'm not. I feel like I'm being clickbaited. I'm being clickbaited. Yeah,
you are.
We're all being clickbaited. None of rebels. Listen, don't stand for it. We're being clickbaited. Okay, we're all.
Caroline hates being clickbaited.
She absolutely hates it.
Yeah. And yes, well, look, I guess we'll never know. Thanks, John, for the suspense and the cliffhanger. Lots of love. See you soon. A little bit disappointed.
Bye.
Not going to lie, but never mind. See you on the other side. We'll be back here next week, by the way, for the Rebellious Business Show, 10:30 a.m. UK time. Before you leave this live stream, go click on the Spill It link and drop something in there for us, please. John, if you're going to do it next week, you need to put it in the Spill It link for us so that we can reveal it on the show next week. Otherwise, we are never talking about you again. That's it.
Yeah.
No, we're not going to talk about you ever again.
Yeah.
Love you guys. Speak to you soon. Bye.